Not sure how to actually turn your social media followers into loyal paying clients? Well, in this video, I am going to be talking about how you can turn social media followers into bookings for your service-based beauty business. Hey, beautiful friends, welcome to Faith Elizabeth Marketing, the place where licensed beauty professionals become empowered entrepreneurs through growth strategies and marketing tactics. My name is Faith. I'm happy that you're here. If you're brand new, just know that I am on pretty much every social media platform as faithelizabeth.marketing, and I hope you learned something new. Let's get into it. So let's be real. Posting every single day on social media is beyond a chore and honestly sometimes unrealistic, specifically whenever we're working on services and day-to-day operations of our business. And I'm guilty of this, both as an esthetician and a marketer. I know that I should be posting every day, but the reality is for a lot of people and a lot of business owners, posting on social media every day is not necessarily realistic. It just isn't realistic. Let's be real. And I, as a marketer, am a firm believer that you are not an employee for Daddy Zuckerberg or anybody else. You are your own employee and you really dictate where you show up and when. And so that's why you need to have a strategy around it so you don't have to constantly be posting every single day and trying to appease the Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok gods. And honestly, the easiest way that I have found to still convert social media followers into loyal paying clients without having to show up on their feed every single day is through a website. Because even on the days that I am not posting on social media, I can still see through my insights and analytics that people are coming to my profile through social media optimization or any type of lingering post that is still circling through the algorithm. If you do not have a website or any type of link in bio, specifically a website, you're going to hear me talk a lot about why you need a website in this video. A website is so crucial to nurturing a client between being just a follower and being like your absolute number one fan and being a loyal client. There's a lot of nurturing that goes on to get someone from A to B. But if you're someone who does not have any link in bio in their Instagram or any type of link in their social media, then right now you're missing a huge opportunity to be able to captivate your potential client and really guide them along to the next step of marketing, which the goal of your marketing is to get them to book. But if you don't have a place to send them, then they don't really know where to go. And they're probably, honestly, not gonna DM you to get an appointment. I hate to say it, but it is hard for potential clients to direct message a service provider on their own without being prompt. So basically, if you keep booking through your DMs and you don't have any type of link in bio, then you're essentially going to have to continually prompt them to go to your DMs because they're not going to know unless you put it in your stories. You need to have it in reels, posts. It needs to be a constant reminder that that's how they get access to you, is through the DMs. And for a lot of people, that's very scary because it's a little bit more intimate than going through and basically self-browsing or looking through your bookings that way. It's more independent to look through someone's bookings, but it's much more of a commitment to reach out to someone via DM. So essentially, if you have a service-based business, and especially one that's location-based, it is very important that you do have a link in bio that will guide your client from being a follower to the next step, which is essentially the marketing funnel. I have a full video on that. If you want it, I'll try to link it somewhere in either the description or somewhere up here. Essentially, at this point, we are trying to prevent a follower from going in, liking a few posts, and following you, and then immediately leaving your profile, because then you have to re-prompt them with content through an algorithm, meaning you have to work to hit their feed. And Instagram and TikTok and a lot of other, I think everybody is at this point where it's not just who you're following gets pushed to your feed. And it may be harder for you to re-prompt someone to visit your profile where your link in bio is if they're kind of in that in-between phase of loyalty. Like they follow you, but they're not necessarily your customer or your client. It's gonna take a lot of extra work for you to really entice them to come back and check out your link in bio. So that's why it's really compelling to have a nice Instagram bio, have your profile optimized. The grid, I personally don't think that grids are an end-all be-all, but you need to have an optimized profile and an enticing link in bio. Which leads me to my next point. Whoa, I got a little country. leads me to my next point, baby. Which leads me to my next point, which is don't put your booking link in your bio. That is not enticing. Every time that I and many other people go to a profile and they see a Vagaro or a Gloss Genius link, it's a little bit of a turnoff because we know that there's not going to be any type of nurturing. You're going to view the services and you're going to either book one or leave. And I'm going to the grave on this one. This is my biggest, like, ugh. Every time I see it, I'm like, ooh. Booking links in the bio just gives me the ick. And here's the reason why. I do have a reason behind it. Basically, going from being a follower to immediately your booking link is too direct for a lot of people because they need a little bit of time to be a warm lead. So in marketing, we talk about cold leads and warm leads. Cold leads are very similar to cold calling. So that would be if you just reached out to everybody in your radius or your friends and family and was like, hey, I just opened a new spa, you should come in. And it's very just like shot in the dark. It does work sometimes for some businesses, but for beauty businesses in particular, cold calling and cold leads are hard. You want to transition someone from being a cold lead, which means that they just learned about you, to a warm lead. They're getting cozy. They're putting on, their blanket and they're gonna sit down in your little virtual couch and just get to know you, talk with you about your services virtually. The booking link takes that opportunity away from people. It takes away the opportunity for them to be nurtured and get to know you and get to know your services, why you do what you do, and how you can solve their problems. The reality is it's very off-putting for a lot of people because they don't have the opportunity to explore. I already said that, but it really is true. People want to know what you're doing to their face or their body before they go in and just do it. Having a good website bridges the gap between them getting to know you on social media and feeling the confidence to book with you because they have more information about you as a person, your business, your passions. If you're doing holistic skincare, tell them why. Your website is the perfect place for that. So in addition to being your middle marketing between social media and your booking link, your website really just instills the intention that they need to take action on this service. So having strong call to actions on your website can really increase booking because people really do feel more compelled on websites than social media to take that action. I also really like websites because it creates a new level of personability and the client feeling like they get to know your business. And you might be surprised that after someone visits your website once, even if they're not ready to commit then, they'll be able to remember that website visually enough to go back to the website as opposed to just going to your social media. You might be surprised by how much Google traffic that you get through a website, not including social media. So those are people that were either originally exposed to you through social media and feel more comfortable just Googling you real fast and finding you on Google, or they're people that you didn't even have to touch social media for, and they found you through SEO or Google reviews. And little tip, if you didn't know this, Google actually promotes websites that have good Google reviews and strong SEO. So if you have both of those things, the odds that you will be recommended to clients that type in your service in your area, it's very probable. And I actually have a full video on how to rank higher in Google. I'll link that below as well. I am a firm believer in creating a website to bridge the gap between social media and your booking link. And it really doesn't have to be complicated. It can even be a one-page website if you're brand new or you're just starting out and you don't have a whole lot of content. That's totally fine, if it's a one-page website. Just make sure that it is clear. You have keywords that identify the services that you provide, as well as a nice design that is going to feel smooth to the client whenever they access that booking link. So again, optimize your profile, track those analytics, how many people are coming to your profile every week, every day, every month, and kind of cross-perform the link that you have in your bio on who is staying, who is bouncing out of the link as soon as they get there. And let's think about why. Is it because you have it as a booking link and that's just a little bit too direct? Is it a link tree and there's too many links and they're getting kind of confused? Or is it because your website is not performing the way that you want it to because it's not clear and concise? And also look at it and say, hey, look at how many people stayed at this link. Maybe you have a link tree that have strong call to actions and the website links flow in terms of like urgency. So your website or your booking is right at the top, and that's where people really want to go. So make sure that you have a bridge between your booking link and your social media to just kind of warm people up, get to know you a little bit. That's definitely a main thing. And then lastly, make sure that whatever link that is, specifically your website, is legible, has keywords, and is compelling to your follower. Converting followers into loyal clients is honestly all about communication, but in our day and age, it's a little bit more finessed because we're not able to sit in front of them and just talk like one-on-one. So we need to have multiple avenues of communication to make sure that they understand what we do, how we provide it, and why we're so great at it. If you feel like you're constantly trying to communicate with your clients and you just keep hearing crickets, you're really not pulling in who you want, your ideal client, it's just not working for you, and you basically feel like you're trying everything and nothing is working, it may be your marketing style. So I have a free quiz going over your marketing style and how you best communicate to your audience. This quiz will give you a couple tips and tricks on how to communicate with your audience better, as well as an overall description of how your audience really perceives you best. What type of attributes do you put forward that your audience is like, that's relatable, I really like this person? It's a great quiz and it's completely free, so go ahead and check it out. I have the link in my description. If you found something valuable in this video, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe so that we can chat again about marketing in the beauty service industry and how you can make it look easy. See you next time, bye!